What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. And these days, anybody can review anything, especially with websites like Steam, which allows you to review a game you've bought, or Metacritic, which allows you to review a game you've not even played. It's at a point where anybody, even the dumbest people on the planet, are allowed to review literally anything. Now, this, of course, has led to some pretty good reviews by consumers, but it has also led to some hilariously bad reviews. So I thought, who is reviewing the reviews? Nobody. So it may as well be me. So today, I thought it would be kind of fun to take a look at some of the reviews that I have found online for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and let's see what people think. And this review by Smalt is exactly what I think of when it comes to a good user review. He says he's played nearly every Zelda game. He loves Ocarina of Time. Zelda's his favorite game series. And he talks about what he likes about Breath of the Wild and what he doesn't like out of Breath of the Wild. And in the end, he says, don't buy a Switch just for this game. Play it on your Wii U if you have one, or just wait. And I agree entirely. He does give the game a 6 out of 10, but at least that's a reasonable score. I don't agree. I would give it a higher score, but this is a decent review. This review by Nanashi Sakamoto, though, I think it's a little different. He says, I was looking forward to this game, but oh my god, I can't play this anymore. It is so boring. Only 4 same dungeons. Nintendo, please stop making 1.5 games for your consoles and stop paying for positive reviews. It's so sad. At least he didn't give it a 0 out of 10. That is at least 1 point. The game got 1 point. So at least it functioned for him. Grammatical errors aside, with like U apostrophe R, that's so easy to make fun of. So I'm going to, because what does U apostrophe R mean? What does 1.5 games mean? Does this mean this is a game and a half? Does this mean you get a whole bonus half a game when you play this game? What's really frustrating here is he says it only has 4 dungeons. There are 100 different shrines. There are 4 ancients, but there are 100 different shrines. There is a metric fuck ton of dungeons in this game. Then he mentions paying for positive reviews, and it's true that Nintendo did send out free copies of the game and free consoles to a lot of game reviewers, because if they didn't, how would they have reviewed the game before the day the console launched? They couldn't have played it. And look, I'll be the first to admit that sometimes Nintendo is very picky about who they work with, and if a reviewer consistently gives them what they consider to be unfair reviews, they will stop sending review products to that reviewer or YouTuber, or they'll stop whitelisting them here on YouTube. So it's not really that Nintendo pays anybody off. It's more like threatening them. 6 out of 10, that seems like a fair score. The Zelda isn't a bad game, though it's not 10 out of 10. Ideal game of all time, like all journalists said. Many technical issues like frame per second drops, bugs, etc. I agree. Open world seems empty and dull. Well, there's a lot of use of negative space there, but I don't think it's poor. Weapons break too easily. No in-game sound. This dude couldn't find the volume button on his Switch. No in-game sound. If a game doesn't have sound, why did you give it a 6 out of 10? Here's a 10 out of 10. Your tears taste the best, Sony ponies and PC-only gamers. Please give me more sustenance to fuel my legendary Zelda gaming sessions. Man, I wish I had the internet when I was 12 like this kid. In all fairness, he may not be a kid. He may be a 35-year-old man who's still mentally 12 years old, like me. 6 out of 10 from Game Guru. If you've played one Zelda, you've played them all. Always such mediocre games. Breath of the Wild looks the same on Wii U and Wii U 2, or whatever the new console is called. It runs better on the Wii U. It's a poor effort. It's nice that it looks pretty, though, but it's a lousy game. Okay, so this guy is remarkable because he hates the game, but he thinks the graphics are pretty good looking, which is pretty surprising because the graphics are only mediocre unless it's 2010. It's the game mechanics that makes this a good game, certainly not the graphics. What pisses me off about this comment is that I have played almost every Zelda game, and they are all vastly different. While they do have certain elements that link them all together, see what I did there, many of them are mechanically vastly different from other games, especially when it comes to whatever novelty ideas, and the world design is always vastly different. And sometimes the story takes a bizarre twist, like with Twilight Princess. Sometimes the game is just weird. And Breath of the Wild is a huge departure from conventional Zelda. That's what's crazy about this. It's very similar to the very first game, but they haven't done that since the first game, and I hate this guy. I hate this guy. Sans the Skeleton gives the game 1 out of 10 and says, this game is very flawed. To quote a famous Metacritic user, Zelda has been died for years. It was almost died when I was 6, and right now am 10. Brian M. Jesus Christ, what the actual fuck? Out of all the people you could quote, why would you quote that? Christian says, disappointing. I really expected more from this game. I prefer other games in the franchise. Besides, that visually makes me weird. It visually makes him weird. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? I really hope my opinion will change over time. Don't we all, Christian? Jesus fucking Christ. This game is really basic and underwhelming from what you would expect from 2017 game for £50. Sure, there are some nice features, some interesting spells as well, but that is not really a game-changing aspect of it. Sure, we could ride horses. Sure, we could ride horses, and the horses are really nice made, but you guessed it, other games also have nice made horses. The 2 points, he gave it a 2 out of 10. Those 2 points have to be for the horses, right? He is obsessed with the horses. Well, good news, Ned. Good news. I got a game recommendation for you. Silent Ninja Assassin gave the game a 0 out of 10. Very disappointing and returning game after 8 hours of play. Please don't return a game that you got 8 hours of gameplay out of. After 8 hours of play, maybe young children will like it, but I just cannot keep playing this oversimplified quests and puzzles as the game holds your hand throughout. No decisions or strategy involved. You can literally go anywhere and do anything, dude. This is the least hand-holding game Nintendo has ever made. This is actually going to kill me. I read any more of these, this is actually going to fucking kill me. 4 out of 10 by Spankiness. This game is insanely overrated. It's a good start into the open world genre for Nintendo. What? Oh my god. Nintendo invented the open world game. The original Legend of Zelda is the first open world game most adults played. Unless you count Adventure on the Atari 2600. You are killing me. I can't do this. I'm done. We're done. Man, I gotta tell you, I watched La La Land for the first time today, and I thought that was going to be the most depressing thing I have done all day, and then I checked Metacritic. So based on the reviews I've read today, I think I'm ready to give my Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild review. I would say that the graphics are really beautiful and really good, except they are absolutely god-awful. The frame rates are terrible, and it looks like a much older game. The game mechanics are innovative and new, except they also suck terribly, and it's very boring, and combat is awful. There's apparently only 4 dungeons, even though there's hundreds of dungeons, and they hold your hand while also not telling you what to do. Also, the horses are fantastic. But other games have horses. 0 out of 10, I highly recommend it. You know what I learned here today? I don't normally care for professional reviews a lot of the times. Mostly I just rely on my favorite YouTuber. But thank God for those reviewers, because we really cannot trust the average person to be reviewing our games for us. I think that is fair to say. And let me know if you like this idea for a video series. I think I would like to make more of these for popular games, if my heart can handle it, and if it doesn't kill me. So let me know in the comments section below. As always, guys, thank you for watching. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again soon. And now I am going to go play some Zelda, because I don't want to live in this world anymore.